What is going on, guys? It is Stormcat back with another Terraria video, and in this video I'm going to show you my top 5 favorite bows. Alrighty guys, so before we get into this video, I want to remind you that these are my opinion. They aren't just the strongest bows, but my favorite. Secondly guys, before we get on into this top 5, I want to let you know that all of these bows are also usable in console, so you can use this guide for my top 5 in console bows and PC bows. Alrighty guys, so my first bow on this list at number 5 is the ice bow. And the reason I like the ice bow is because it fires pretty quickly. It's not automatic, but you can click as fast as you'd like to shoot, and it shoots in a very straight line. This bow is not affected by gravity, so where you aim, it will hit. So you don't have to waste your time and energy on figuring out like where it would drop over here. It's gonna go in a straight line, so aim wherever you want it to hit. That is the reason I like the ice bow. For all of these bows guys, I will be using luminite arrows. Those are also my favorite arrows. The ice bow can be dropped by ice mimics in hard mode. Alrighty guys, so my next bow in the number 4 slot is the pulse bow. Just like the ice bow, this will fire in a straight line, but this one is even faster than the ice bow. This bow can be purchased from the traveling merchant after Plant Terra has been defeated for 45 gold. The reason I really like this bow is because it will turn any arrow into a pulse of energy, and it does a lot of damage for a bow. It will also go anywhere you point. It doesn't matter, gravity does not affect it, and it will travel in a straight line forever. Also guys, before I forget, the ice bow and pulse bow have the best modifier of unreal. Alrighty guys, so the next bow on this list in the number 3 slot is the Tsunami. The reason I really like the Tsunami is because it will shoot 5 arrows instead of 1. If you use luminite arrows, it will technically be 10 different arrows coming out of this bow. But the kicker is, it only consumes 1 arrow at a time, but gives you 5. This bow is dropped by Duke Fishron, and it is a really high damaging bow, especially against larger enemies. The best modifier for this bow is unreal. The next bow on my list guys is the Phantasm. Phantasm is in the number 2 slot, and the reason I like the Phantasm is because it shoots a whole bunch of arrows but in random directions. So it will shoot one very straight arrow and then a few others in random directions. This bow is really good for crowd control, and it is very good for pinpoint accuracy as well. It covers everything you need. The other thing I like about this bow is that every single shot is different. As you can see here, all of those arrows traveled in a very straight line, but for this one, some of them dropped and spread out. So the Phantasm is unpredictable, but very well at doing so. You can see that the Phantasm does a lot of damage to this dummy, especially with luminite arrows. And the best part about the Phantasm is that it has a 66% chance not to consume ammo. As someone that uses a bow, this is very important because you don't want to be running out of really good arrows. This bow can be crafted at the Ancient Manipulator with vortex fragments. If you need a guide on how to get the Ancient Manipulator, there will be a card with a link in the top right hand corner of this video if you need that guide. Lastly guys, the number 1 bow on this list is the Storm Bow. Now the reason I love the Storm Bow, in my opinion, it is one of my favorite bows because it took me so long to earn this bow, to get it, to farm for it. This is dropped by hollowed mimics, and these hollowed mimics are pretty rare to spawn, especially first going into hard mode. The other thing I really like about this bow is that it will only consume 1 arrow but make 5 or 6 fall from the sky. Pairing this bow with Jester's arrows is one of the best ways to defeat all of the bosses in this game. One downside to the storm bow is that it will not fire underground, so you will have to be above ground when fighting your bosses or enemies. The Phantasm and storm bow also both have a best prefix of Unreal. The storm bow is my favorite because it makes a bunch of arrows fall from the sky at no extra price. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 5 bows in Terraria 1.3.5. Again, these can be used in console or PC. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite bow is in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.